いちごばっかり。いちごだけ。
おやおや、また逃げた。今度はどこ？ほら、また逃げた。今度はどこ？
え、これは
リフレクションだよ。
ああ、賢いね。
痛い痛い。
ここだよ。えおイエイ。いいね。Effectively with this. These are shit. No. This brown one. This brown one is nice. Yeah. Yay! Hold it there for 3 more seconds. You got it. Yay!
Squeeze! Squeeze! Okay? OK です。ナイス。じゃあ、1個だけポーはどこなのかな？ここ。
Do you know who made it?
Or I just started scanning it. So that's what I did.
オリジナルチャー。
That one's really good too. I agree. Straight ginger. Fish.
オクトパス。セサミ。白醤油。スナッパー。
We again. I said I was going to give you a second from Toya.
That's pretty good. Today? Go to the restaurant. I'll wait for you. I really like that.
Egg radish.
Just some I've already moved on. Just apple juice. It's huge. I've never seen one so big. Oh, back up. Back up. 아이고. Ooh, they're good. Yay, special move. Yay. Nilu, you see that? That's us. Ooh, came out pretty good. Bam. And turn around. Bam, it's the real thing. Haruka, come back and hold it. Yay. Oh.
これ買ったらいい買い物で。
What the hell is? I have never been prettier than now. Holy! And here's the real me. I'm turning it around. That's me. Come on, She says she wants you to try the chicken nuggets again.
Okay, if I see it.
Hello. Just a street, but it's Japanese. Ah, I love Japan. My hand's shaking. Okay. Yeah. Yay! Show each one. A little back. Okay. And now the other one. It's the same fish. And then chocolate. Guess what? It's the same fish. Okay, show's over. Bye. Come on. Ah. Yeah, but he's on the edge. Oh. No! Ah! Come on, goat. No! Oh, how to go inside? If you put it back. Squash soup. That one's pretty good. It's good, but it's like I'm crawling up a hill. あ
からもしあれだったら気分がいい豆腐のりが違う。
ー、that's bussin'. That's bussin'. They just made it. Sorry. Jesus. Who knows that big of a deal? Thank you. Thanks, Mom. Have you ever had that? Holy. Look at my lineup. Holy shit. Oh, the back of the head too. And they did my eyebrows. I've never had such king treatment in my life. And now closer. Too close, too close. Chinte manten. Jew. Holy. Looks good though.
あー、着ないよ。彼氏予定できたら楽しい。
Going down, down.